How to improve your relationships? Let's get stuck in. In this tip that I'm going to share today, if you decide to implement it, it'll absolutely change your relationships. It'll change the relationships with your significant other, with your mum, your dad, your co-workers, your friends, everybody. And here is the tip. There's two ways that you can listen to somebody. You can listen at a superficial level, or you can listen at a deep level. So if you really want to change your relationships, learn to listen at a deeper level. Because when you're listening at the superficial level, you're really just consumed with your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own emotions. And when you're listening deeply, you're listening past the noise of your own mind, and you're connecting with the emotion of the other person. You're being fully present. You are quiet in your mind and you're being fully present, and you're being curious about what it's like to be that person. You're trying to understand that person's perspective, that person's idea. You're trying to validate and understand that other person's emotion, why they're stressed, why they're upset, what's it like to be walking in their shoes at this moment. And there's a couple of things that get in the way. One of the main things that get in the way is when somebody is communicating something to us and it triggers us, we can get defensive. We get in defensive mode and we're trying to blame the other person. We're trying to get one up on the other person. When you come home and your wife says to you, "Why are you always late? You're always late. You're not spending enough time with the kids." And you can get into defensive mode. You can start thinking about how she's wrong and why she's wrong, how she's late and you never say anything. But if you're listening at that deeper level, you'll be able to feel and hear the emotion underneath the statement. And that's where we want to get to. That's what changes everything in your relationship, is to be able to listen a little bit more deeply. The other thing that gets in the way that I've already mentioned is that as men, we try to fix things. So when our significant others, when our partners are coming to us and they're upset and they're crying, we're trying to give solutions. We're trying to fix the problem. And all our partner needs is that space to be able to offload, to be able to vent, to have a safe place for their emotions to be held. So how do you change this? Here's how you change it. The first thing is this: practice listening without meaning. You see, as human beings, we are meaning-making machines. We hear something and we attach a meaning to it. And sometimes the meaning that we attach to that can be negative, and it can draw us into that negative space. So what we got to do is we got to practice to listen without meaning. So here's a practice that you can practice right now, is to listen to the sounds around you. And their sounds around you are neither good nor bad. They have no meaning, they're just sounds. And just allow the thoughts to come into your head about the sounds, whether that's the television on, whether that's birds tweeting, whether that's traffic, whether that's your phone ringing, whether there's people in your office. Just to learn to detach yourself from the thoughts that you have about those things. When you practice this, what you're doing is you're learning to detach yourself from any of the meanings. And when you detach yourself from the meanings that are created by your unconscious biases, by your beliefs, by your experiences in life, by all those traumas that happen to you and the triggers, when you detach yourself from that automatic meaning, it allows a deeper meaning to come up. It allows you to be able to connect at a deeper level with somebody else. So practice that today. The other thing you can do, and this will make all the difference, let go of the need of being right. Let go of the need of being right, because here's what happens when we get into an argument. We are not listening to the other people because we are caught up in our own head, because we're trying to be right. We're trying to win. And if you're trying to win, you're not connecting with the other person, because you're all caught up in your own head. So when you let go of the need of being right, you can really connect with that other person and understand that other person, and ask the questions that bring clarity and bring understanding, that keeps that connection going with your significant other, with people in your office, with your family, with your kids. And this is all about practice. And when you become aware, then you can choose a new direction, you can choose a new way, you can let go of that need of being right, and you can ask yourself Do I need to be right in this situation, or would I rather have connection? Do I need to be right in this situation, or would I rather have that connection? Practice those two things. Practice the art of listening deeply, and that will absolutely 100% change your relationships.